Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube. I'm here to continue my review of To Benight and Beguile, Book 7, Chapter 11, Sacrifice of Spectors. So, we have the courtroom, we have the trial going on. The judge, you found out in the previous chapter the judge has been bribed, so he's going forward with the trial. They're starting this trial. Sidney Eden, he's calling his first witness. Calls Charlotte Lord, if you will. And I really love the whole courtroom sequence here because, ever since the beginning of this series, I've talked about how John writes very deep characters and a very deep storyline. If somebody were to ask me today, tomorrow, the next day from now, who would you want to write a Dark Shadow series? My answer would be John Philip Betancourt. Not just because he wrote The Return of Dark Shadows, the blog, but for how he has written this as well. Because he has now created literally his own Gothic serial, and it does not rip off of DS. It is its own thing. He has created this world of this family of the Lords who have their own controversial history in their own fictional location of Welshport Island. Welshport, Maine, if you will. And you have the village people who whisper rumors that are often spread by Jacob Lord, who's the main villain of this story, who's been spreading lies about people for generations and generations, for years and years and years. You get what I'm saying? And he's so great at creating this paranoia. The same kind of paranoia you get at Collinsport. The same kind of paranoia you get at Collinwood. And here in this trial, you have Mary, who senses Jacqueline is in the crowd, is in amongst the people seated in the courtroom. And hey, why are you hiding? Shouting it publicly. And, Lear, their lawyer, Lear Lockwood, you got to sit down. You got to calm down. Things are looking worse and worse. You're creating the tense, not just the tense atmosphere, but the tension for the characters. And that is something he's so very great at. In my opinion, it's criminal that this is not on television. I'm not even joking. It's that good. And you have this courtroom sequence when Charlotte is called up. You have Jacqueline performing a sort of ventriloquist act of choking Charlotte, but making Charlotte say it's her mother doing it. Which is just holy shit. Holy shit. We've seen Jacqueline go very far with certain acts. And to go even this step further makes her one dangerous foe. She has shown how dangerous she can be. You also get the sense, again, if this trial continues to go wrong, because here's the thing. What can the Lords not afford? It's not just the fact of an execution. It's who's being executed. I've talked about this a bit. Evie, who's associated with the Lords. Mary, who's associated with the Lords. Evie has Sebastian's son. Sebastian is a Lord. She was married to Sebastian. Mary has Charlotte, which is Jacob's daughter. Again, you have two women who are closely associated with the Lords. So you have that. They have a huge stake in this trial. They cannot afford a guilty verdict. Their backs are literally, including Jacob's, are against the wall. And it's really interesting, and you see the danger here. You also, I love Jacob's reaction to this is bullshit. And I like what he does. Aaron Hampstead has shown time and time again he's the most trusted servant of the Lord family. And again, he is asked to go into the judge's chambers and see what's going on. Jacob knows. Jacob knows bribery when he sees it. He's done it himself. You also get a very great interaction between Caspian and Rebecca. Rebecca has made the decision she is going to do something lethal to Victor's daughter, to Danielle. Something is going to happen to Danielle, and it's not going to be good. Very, very high tension here. This woman does not want put back in a sanitarium, and she more specifically does not want to lose her power. And she will do anything to keep it. I think you're really seeing where Jacob gets a lot of his control from. So, we know Albert, but we also have gotten to see Rebecca throughout these chapters and how dangerous she can be. And we're not done seeing that. You also get, by the end of this chapter, you get a very, very interesting conversation between Jacob and Sebastian. And I really enjoy how Jacob is you gotta kill the mayor. And I'll get into the witchcraft stuff here in a moment, because I think that's one of my favorite things. Also get into Christopher and Genevieve. I jumped over that a bit, but I will come back to that. I love, because now you have a decision to make for Sebastian. It's not just do you kill, you are literally being given no choice. Because it's not that Jacob's forcing him. He's telling him, if you don't do this, we're done. We're done here. We're done for. Not meaning they're done in their relationship, because, look, there's no love law. As somebody who's followed this, there's no love lost between Sebastian and Jacob. Sebastian hates Jacob, and Jacob hates Sebastian. Jacob had Sebastian killed. Sebastian was brought back by Eliza Good, Mary's mother, who was a witch. He's a vampire. They used Philip's blood to bring him back. So Jacob's telling him, if you don't kill the mayor, we're done. If with the mayor dead, the judge will back off. He can take care of the judge from then on. But with the mayor in the way, Jacob's also sees, too, in my opinion, he is losing power here. There is no outpowering the mayor here. The mayor is on the big power trip. So he needs the mayor to die. Now, what I'm curious about, will Sebastian just kill the mayor? Will he kill the mayor and the judge? I really love the interaction between Genevieve and Christopher. David, because he says, I'm David Lord. He's to the realization that he is David Lord. He's accepting that now. And you get a kiss between him and Genevieve. I think that's one of the most underrated scenes here. The choking scene is great, but what I really enjoy most here is Genevieve and David, because here's a woman who took a chance on this man who she believed was David, and now he's like, I'm David. He realizes, okay, you're right. He looks like David. He sounds like David. Christopher realizes he is David Lord. Keep in mind, David Lord was framed uh, by Sabrina, or sorry, not framed by Sabrina, framed by Jacob for murdering his wife Sabrina. When it was Jacob who murdered Sabrina. Um, Jacob is a very silver-tongued devil. I mean, that's what he is. But he's a very cruel man as well. I think to Sebastian's debate in his mind, I promised Evie I wouldn't kill, and now I think he's to the realization I have to break that promise. If I'm going to save Evie, I have to break that promise. Really, really, really well written. I can't say enough good things about it. John has done a really great job. Link to Benight and Beguile is going to be in the description box. Go read it if you haven't already. Very, very deeply character driven. Guys, have a good day.